Good morning. Hi, this is Rick saying happy Halloween. Down here, we're getting ready for Fantasy Fest, and that's what's been keeping me busy this last couple of weeks. And I just wanted to go real fast. Let me see. I don't want to push that button necessarily, but I do have a quick little lesson I wanted to go through, and of course, it's going to center around our this idea of the code. Of course, all of our lessons are about the code, and I spend more time on it, but, to show you, how to, turn your ear to this kind of the way that God speaks to us. It's always in some kind of a riddle, and not going to be coming right at you. Maybe in some cases you may think, yeah, it sounds like, you can take that literally. But, some things you just have to have a, like, what? A little question mark that shows up. Well, you can pretty much sure that that's got something hidden inside of it. And I wanted to do one today on the Sermon of the Mount, all right? It's a long chapter, and it's actually in the chapter 5, so it's going to be about, what do you do as your... for your body. This is this idea of your body. And of course it goes right into chapter 6, which talks about the way, and it says, don't pay your money to a human being, and and all the directions, that brings you to this kundalini part of us, but Jesus is telling us not to act like this particular people. They, don't act like the Pharisees, don't pray out in the open, and don't give your money to men, and they're telling you about the tithe, and now this the dirtiness, this how they look pretty on the outside and dirty, and they're decayed on the inside. All of that, all the woes and everything, starts showing up, and then this is what you do, So there's a progression in the Bible, and then, in the Old and the New Testament. So right now, the Sermon on the Mount, we're just going to do the first 10 pieces, that first 10, because that's actually where it stops. There is, what happens is blessed are those, blessed are those, and blessed are those. Well, he has 7 of those, and then it goes into breaking out. All right, actually, he doesn't have 7; he has 10 of those. I don't know where that 7 came from. I do know where it comes from, because you think that's as far as it goes, but in reality, the idea, 9 is, as far as most of us know, 9 is the idea of your consciousness has changed. This is where you are now from this is where you were before the intervention. And so 10 is like this, in most of these stories, 10 becomes like this giant banquet, where, wow, it's the new you, and, it's the beginning and start of a new you, and then the 10 becomes, so this number 10 is absolute completeness in the stories, and then 11 shows up, and it goes to 2, 12 goes to 13 and 3, so goes back down the number system again. All right, so in the Bible, so if you were really to look at it, you would see that all of these had let's just read through them. All right, number 1. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and there's these little, that's what I'm talking about. And when he was set, his disciples came unto him. That word unto him and into are 2 different words. They mean 2 different things. When someone's coming into the scene, it's something that's an into. When someone's coming unto, it's an inside thing. That's how this works. When they're unto, and these begotten sons are all unto, begotten unto. These are things, these are thoughts, these are things that are begotten unto you. These are things that are given unto you. Unto you, it means it's inside of you, all right? Plus, This is Jesus. So you take Jesus, take that word Jesus, and had an ant rolling around in there. Take that word Jesus and put your name in there. I am. All right. So what happens? So one is the introduction of this here. He's getting all set up, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him. All right. So it's the beginning of meditation. When you go into meditation, it's the gathering of all of you together. It's the gathering. That's the whole idea. You're getting ready to have a feast, so it's the gathering. We're all getting ready to have a feast. All right. Number 2. And he opened his mouth, and he said, and taught them, saying. Oh, wait a minute. We may just only have 7 blessings. Okay, let's go on, because I just wrote this down. I try to be spontaneous with this. That's why I can be wrong. I can. But, it really is just a missing of an interpretation. So here's 1 and 2. Seeing the multitudes, he went up into the mountain, Now, number 2, he opened his mouth and taught them, saying. So 2 is the combination. He opened his mouth and he was getting ready to talk to them. That's the 2. Believe it or not, but he doesn't start talking until 3 when everybody's all joined. All right. Blessed are the poor in spirit. That's 3. For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. This is the idea. We're going up. This is the join. 1, 2, 3 is the divine intervention. And so blessed is the poor in spirit. It's the poor that doesn't have this connection. And so it's to them, the kingdom of God is open for them. All right. 4. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. This is number 4. 4 is representing the world. So, if you're just not happy, and all these things are in discord, this is what you're looking for they shall be comforted. And, and a lot of us in our world, we got tired of this world. We're lies, and, it's just this. Many of the people that have testified somewhat in this channel have been here because, something has let them down, and they really still want to have achieved or seen or to find or to feel to make some kind of sense out of all of this. And we really do feel it. It's a part of our emotions that make us do this, and that's what we have as humans, and those that seek this thing, and they keep running up against brick walls, and even the stories, of like Buddha wandering, looking for enlightenment. How's he going to find it? Went to this group, and he says, this group isn't going to do it for me, and he found this group that sacrificed and, got to where they were skinny as bone. He says, this isn't going to work either. So, the whole idea is he's learning how to do something. And the whole idea is that, let's see, the blessed are they that mourn. 4, for they will be comforted. 4 is about our worlds. And so this idea of mourn is wearing black cloth, usually symbolizing death. All right? And we know that this is the whole idea of the time. Killing and giving up the lamb is about the death of us, death of our old self, and that's what we're going in. This is going in for. So 5 becomes blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth, and 5 represents our skin. Understand that, all right? So but the meek is something quiet and gentle, easily imposed on or submissive. So, it's like you're going inside of yourself. And even this is where the female side has to submit to the male side so that this transaction can happen. All right? For this joining of the 3 things had to come through here. So that's what the meek means. Did you ever wonder what the meek were, It's those people that give in, go inside, and discover this place. They do it in quietness. righteousness, and this is things that they do individually, all right, in secret. You know, the other parts of Mark or of Matthew are going to keep saying you do this in secret. You know. 6. This is the 6. It says, "Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be fulfilled." Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness. This is 6. This is the top of the ladder. This is where darkness comes in. All right, we just talked about that, with the morning and stuff like that. So 6 is this idea that we are looking for. We've climbed this ladder, and this is where we're there. 6. 7. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. 7 is this. This is this idea of rest. This is this idea of wrath. This is where, God, please have mercy on me. Because he's going to, this is judgment. This is that time when all hell breaks loose. This is when fire and brimstones come alive, and the purging starts to happen. And well, basically that's this, the new you being wrought to life. All right. So that's number 7. Number 8, we have blessed are the pure at heart, for they shall see God. 8 is this idea of completion. This, because 8 is control. You are now in control. This is where you see, Lord. This is this idea that blessed are the pure at heart, because this is what it took us to get up here. Everything is written in our heart. It's about this being on the inside. The pure of heart, it means you're clean now on the inside, and now you're clean enough to see this God, to see or be in the presence of this beautiful thing. All right, so 9 is about consciousness. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. 9 is the change of consciousness, because before you do this, before you can get across over to this other side, you are children of man. You're a child of man. Children. You're a child of God when you go in. A lot of people think they're children of God now. We are all, but there's this particular jump that you have to take, because otherwise you're just the son of man, not the son of God, the child of man, child of God, son of man, son of God. These are two terms. You're the son of man if you follow the left side. You're the son of God if you have it in your right mind to be that way. 10. Blessed are they who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So this is like the stamp, And what persecution actually would mean is to be harassed insatiably. Or persistently. So you see that even Jesus, he says, your sins are going to, they're not going to be going away. They're going to come back. I expect you to come back. So there's this persistence. They want you to kill yourself a lot of times. And so this is what it means to persecute yourself in the name of the Lord. And that there many men will persecute you in the name of the Lord. You can think about that too, because I would say a lot of people think that I'm the devil by speech and teaching this side of the Bible, and that's a type of being persecuted from the outside. But a lot of this stuff has to do with on the inside, and so you're asking yourself to repent. So you're it's like a self-beating and self-healing. It's just really wonderful. That's as far as I wanted to go with that. And look, it was the blessed are they. Let's see how many we have. Blessed. Blessed starts off, blessed are the poor in spirit. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so, persecuted for the right side, 8, and then it starts talking. Then it just starts talking. So it's pretty much showing you that there's an order to our conversations that we get from the Bible, and how, if God spoke to someone and this was spit out of their, or if this came out of their pen while they were writing almost like it would have been a stylus and a printer, because this is so beautifully composed. It had to be something divine, something had to be divine inspired in all of these stories, because they all keep pointing to this place where, they do tell us to read on the inside, and when you find out what's on the inside, repeat. It just repeats over and over again, this wonderful little story about the inside of us, and how that once we discovered that something has been made, already built into us, since we were children, before we were children, that it was already planned, that you would have a place in the space within you where you could go, all alone and on your own, to fulfill yourself, to bring you riches back into your life, and riches of spiritualism. I don't know how it equates to money or anything just yet. I often want to just meditate on, what this is, when it means you're being increased, What does it mean, What does it mean to be increased, And really, what I've been able to get out of it is the only thing you get is yourself, So it's how you worthy and value yourself. Is how much and what you get back, And I think I'm pretty cool, but I'm certainly not defined by me. I do make up what I do, but, it's the world around me that helps define who I am. Even being an artist, I wouldn't be an artist if someone didn't say, hey, you're an artist, and I wouldn't support myself as an artist if someone didn't like my paintings. And being a teacher, I wouldn't be, I've been teaching for almost 19 years, and if I wasn't a teacher, I don't know what I could do, I'd make a bad waiter, but even then, it's my students that would be what made me a better teacher, because I've learned as I've been going on, and they've learned as we've been going on, and, a good number of us are still alive, and we're looking at each other and seeing the progress, so there's wonderful fruit that come out of it, so maybe that's, a part of it, this side that we can go to, this meek side, meaning that we just have to be quiet and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily mean that, whenever I want to talk about God and stuff like that, I have to do it in this really hushed tone and, and burn some incense and stuff like that. God's looking for you to be the individual, and that spirit inside you, the soul inside of you, wants very much for you to be you, to be this new interesting thing for it to to learn from, so don't start cutting pieces of you off that you think are bad. Once you go up, once you practice and go up, and if it wasn't meant to be, it'd be gone. That's how I'm looking at it. And the way I know things on the outside, when it comes down to kind of curbing bad habits and stuff like that, you start with the easiest things first, in baby steps, and so, and when you notice that they want you to keep, harassing your skin constantly, that means really harassing the devil. It's constantly stoning the devil. Just harass him, harass this outside of you, you have to take a bath, and that's how I always see it, trying to, you got this big old hairy dog, you know. I don't have a dog yet. I'm missing having an animal. Um, but anyway, what I was saying is, it's like having this great big old hairy dog that you love a lot, you know, and he jumps up in the beds, you know, but every now and then he gets real stinky and shit like that, you know. Hates the bath, you know. You're just pulling on him and pulling on him, and you know, he knows, oh my God, you know, he saw that you got the water hose out, you know. And now he's hard to find. And what a bitch, you know, because you know, because you've had this dog, you know, all its life, that, you know, just a little bit of shampoo and a little bit of water every now and then on this monster, you know, just to keep things right in the house, brings out the best in him. You know, even though he's like, you know, he's gone, you gotta go find him, you gotta go and pull him in, you know, you really gotta tie him down almost, you gotta trick him, you know, and then he's putting on the brakes the whole time, you know. Just think of that as that donkey, as you're going up the hill, you know, we got things to do, I'm gonna give you a nice bath, you know, I'm gonna give you a spiritual washing. Oh, no, and then all of a sudden, oh, you know, you start hitting him with the shampoo, and you start going down on that thing, cleaning him up and everything, you know, and he's sitting still, you know, like, oh my God, you know, as soon as he knows that the rinse is on, he starts getting a little wild and crazy. This is about that time my dad lets me loose, you know. And when it's over with, he just jumps and flops around and shakes all over, gets down on his paws, and wants to play is like all brand new all over again. Like he was a little puppy, and just loves it, has a great old time. And then goes and jumps up on your bed, messes everything up. I miss having a dog. But you see, that's how we are. That's, you know, trying to get up there and get a bath, and that's what that is. It's a bath of frequency, you know, and so a frequency of delta frequency comes in and purges you and cleans you and sets all these little things inside our brains and bodies to life, to start helping us, bring us back to life, heal us in some way, you know, take out the bad through the dung hole. Through the dung gate. Isn't that interesting? Anyways, I love you guys. You know, I know these are long. Is there a way that I can get them down to like 5 or 10 minutes? Would you listen to them? I don't know how long. I don't know, because that's all I really believe anyone listens is about 5 minutes and it turns off. That's what the things say, you know. If you read up on who's listening, who's watching, how long are they doing, they say like the average time is like 4 or 5 minutes, you know, and all of mine are like over 10 minutes long. So that means like maybe 80% of what I'm doing is just wasted, just for God knows what. But anyways, you know, for those that can sit through all of this, there is promised something nice in the end, you know. So not by me, you know. I don't have anything to give you, you know, other than this knowledge. But you know, get up there, reach it yourself, teach it to somebody else. Just go up there, put that light. Remember, we are like a light on the top of a mountain, you know. And the more of us, the better. You know, I love you. Y'all take care. I'll see you soon.